Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are going to work on taking over Egypt today, because that's, well, Egypt and Hejaz, because our infamy is down to 0, and our truce with Egypt has expired. So, Hejaz is a tributary of Egypt, but I think taking over is fine. So, making Egypt a protectorate would be 13.1 infamy, and then we'll add the war goals on Hejaz when they refuse. Yep, that is alright. So, we can't force them to transfer Hejaz because there's no way to transfer a tributary from an unrecognized country to a recognized country. So, we're just going to put conquer. Hold up. Excuse me? But, what? No. Hold on. Okay, I guess we're gonna liberate Hejaz and then conquer them ourselves. This is not going to add any infamy because it's not going to get anything, but we're going to add it to the primary. All right. How many battalions has he got left over? 10. Okay. All right. That's going to be fine then. I think we're just going to mobilize half of our forces. So you're going to take over Hejaz, and you're going to take over Egypt. Does anyone want to get involved? Great Britain wants to get involved. And then if Russia gets involved, we'll mobilize the rest of our troops and defend the other front. Really hoping to get per capita taxation this round so that I can not have to deal with this situation right here. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. It's the maneuver phase. Great Britain, what do you want? You want some of my subjects? No, thank you. Alright. Yep, that's looking all good. Tripolitania will probably put one army here, but, where's the Egyptian army? Alright, you're coming up. You're coming up. You're going to be at the borders. Cool. Alright, well that should be fine. Should be just fine. Tripolitania, where are you going? Where are you going? Okay, alright, you're on your way. You're going through the desert. Okay, cool. Radical. That's my favorite. Anglo-Indian aristocratic revolt. Oh my goodness. The British Raj is revolting. Classic. Classic British Raj. And I think we should have, yes, our new territories are fully incorporated, except for these ones which we only took a little while ago. And that is the diplomatic play coming to an end. Time to fight. As I sort of intimated, I don't have much, the art of doing nothing. Not respect. I don't put much stake in the strength of the Egyptian army. Though previously opposed to the per capita taxation laws, Recep Yalaz has considered the armed forces' political position and instead offers support. While speaking with constituents on matters of law, one must first master the art of appearing to do nothing. While you do everything behind whispers and masked men, Indubitably. I'm going to do the same thing I always do, which is welcome their support. Get that enactment chance. Going to keep us on speed 4 for the time being. I don't think this war is going to be requiring a whole lot of us in terms of... I should probably look at this. This is probably important. So we have an aristocratic revolt in San Marco. Okay, well, all right. I don't need to concern myself with that. I'm going to keep us on speed 4 for the time being. Why is my army taking so long to get to the front? And why is there a Tripolitanian army with none battalions in it? All right, here we go. And we're still having a fight in the in Hejaz over here. We're winning, but it's not as easy as it could be. Two Sicilies sides with San Marco. All right. Yeah, I think it's looking like they're mostly going to side with San Marco on that whole situation, which makes perfect sense to me. What? Okay, the other side does have guys. I thought for a minute the other side might not have guys. I don't know why their flag is the same as ours. Hejaz, your guys are... This is a false flag opera. Oh, no, this is markers of occupation. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's what these are. These are occupation markers. And then this is the Hejazi flag. Alright, cool. I understand what's going on here now. Da-da-da-da. Click those in. Not a big war. Gonna take over Hejaz kind of immediately afterward. We're at 43% on per capita taxation, so I'm really hoping that just kind of sorts itself out. We've completely eaten through the Egyptian manpower base, so I don't think this is going to last much longer. When we completely hold Hejaz. There is an Egyptian army here on its way to the front, but it appears my army is going faster. Where are y'all going? Are y'all going to Hejaz now that the Egyptian front is closed out? Cool. In the long term, I probably do want to reduce the autonomy of these states. I also am thinking about splitting off a lot of Christian Europe as protectorates and puppet states. I just think it's not necessarily efficient to be having these areas that are, you know... Actually, these areas are mostly Sunni. That's incredible. I had no idea. Huh. Interesting. A good vintage. The wine produced in Cyprus has been... Do I hold Cyprus? I do hold Cyprus. Oh, it's Crete that Egypt has. Okay, sorry. The wine produced in Cyprus has been lauded by sommeliers as outstanding. When people say that something ages like wine, they don't always make the distinction between wine and wine. So let me make that distinction. If you can get your hands on a bottle from Cyprus, that bottle can be more than just a good time. It can be an investment. Make this an exclusive product for export that gives us a little prestige, or increase production to meet booming demands. Are there booming demands in our market? Hey, we won the war. In our market, where's wine? There are not booming demands. So we're going to make it an exclusive product for export. Hey, anyone want to buy our wine? We've got a lot of it. Yes, France will buy our wine. America, Prussia. Cool. Alright, and now 8.3 infamy. Let's go ahead and take... Do we have a truce with Hejaz? We have a truce. Gosh darn it. That's not what I wanted. Alright, we'll have to do some naval building. Hey, there's per capita taxation. Finally. So, next step here. Armed forces, you're done. I think appointed bureaucrats is probably the way to go. Local governors are still quite powerful, but, I mean, that's the way to eat into their power base. So let's do it. Alright, let's go ahead and let's attack one of these countries that's not too... mountainous. Well, a lot of these countries don't have any armies, so that should be fine. Except... let's go with Lahej. That'll get us access to Consummate State, and Consummate State's actually got things set up. Maybe we'll ignore Consummate State for the time being, and just go ahead and grab Lahej in these other areas. Hi there, hello. 4.2 to conquer. 3.9. 4.1. It's going to be a minute. Oman is actually all one state. Do you have an army? You do. Okay, you is 7.2. Alright, so we'll go with Lahej and we'll work our way east. Interesting. A bunch of people might fight us about this. But the only ones I'm worried about are Britain and Russia. And even them only a little bit. Britain's fighting another war. So that shouldn't be a problem. So, we'll go ahead and grab the army of... the army of Anatolia is not perfect. We'll just grab the army of Hassa. So, this is our main fleet here. Planned naval invasion. Okay, so we can't... So, we're still in the world where we can't plan naval invasions until a war has begun. Nobody's interested in intervening, that's fine with me. Finances are doing just great. We got shortages of engines and transportation, but that will soon sort itself out. Russia sides with the hedge. Well, I don't like that. What do you want with this, Russia? Nothing. Okay, cool. Well, let's mobilize everyone else then. This is all one front. Yes. So that should be fine. I think I'm going to put these generals on pillage. Reduced occupation, increased devastation. Increased morale, damage, and kill rate, but lower offense. That's interesting. We got defend front. And adamant defense. This increases supply consumption. And defense. Cool. We're going to put these armies on defense. Oh, this guy's got even more. Adamant defense and delaying tactics. Increase morale loss. Increase camouflage chance. Let's put you on adamant defense for now. What about you? You only have delaying tactics. Interesting. Alright, so that's... You're good, and then you... Adamant defense. Interesting. Let's also take a look at mobilization options. This is something I need to genuinely pay attention to now that we're... going. I think tobacco is pretty expensive in our market. That's doing okay. Yeah, so we'll issue tobacco rations. And Pasa Urdusu for you as well. Opium rations. Do we have enough opium? I don't want to get into that. That's a lot of money. Wow, that's actually a significant. That's probably the total mobilization stuff. All right, so engines input is the one for rail transit. I don't necessarily have enough engines for that. For recon, support equipment, and medical support, we don't have any of the. We don't have access to any of the options for that. We do have the extra supplies option. How much groceries are we producing? Not enough to increase all of these. So that transportation shortage should go away now that we got engines building up. Russia, don't rival me, bro. I thought we were going to be friends, Russia. That makes me sad. Russia's got a very large army, but I don't think ultimately they're going to... I don't think ultimately they're going to be able to overwhelm me. And if it looks like they might, well, that's a pretty large force. Let's go ahead and get some conscript battalions in here. We'll activate some conscript battalions. The thing I'm really short of is artillery. Alright, and then we'll get some infantry. You can get a few. Just kind of rounding out our numbers here. And then we'll get 5 battalions of conscript infantry here. And that should be enough. Conscript limits are actually really low. The bureaucratic struggle. Our efforts to pass the appointed bureaucrats' law have run into several classic bureaucratic hurdles. Debates rage around such lofty matters as the correct shape of the filing cabinets. Good, fast, and cheap you get too. Will spare no expense. This reduces bureaucracy, but reduces time and success chance. This will take as long as it takes. This increases time, increases bureaucracy and success chance. Or let's just get it over with. This reduces success chance, but also reduces time and increases bureaucracy. I'm going to go with this will take as long as it takes. I almost always pick this option. It just seems like the best option. Let's get our countdown to war going here. So, let's go ahead and get our naval invasion planning. And we want the Hassa Ordusu. Oh, Anadolu Ordusu is over its command limit. We need another guy here. You could maybe get a promotion. Yeah, we'll promote you. I'm going to put another person in here as well, though. You align with the rural folk. You're a good person to have. Alright, that should be fine. Our finances are improving a little bit as we increase our stuff here. So Alright, perfect. We are winning on the defense here. Wonderful. So that should continue, and then I'm hoping Russia is going to be unable to function. Unable to successfully defeat us. No Suez Canal, so these units can't necessarily go around here. And the conscription centers are not in our construction queue because they're not being constructed. Our navy is on its way down here to complete this naval invasion. This army does not appear to be... You can't tell how long this is going to take at this point. Okay, 23 days left. Alright, so that should probably be good to go. It used to show you when the naval invasion was going to be complete when you mouse over, but it doesn't do that anymore. Big Russian fleet over there. That's not shocking. Again, I don't think this is necessarily going to be much of a war, frankly. Like, I think Russia is going to push pretty hard, but we have superior technology, we have superior, that's not shocking. We have superior technology, we have superior, strength. I think we'll be able to hold without much of a problem. And we've already got control of the hedge, so... Oh, stalled. Gosh darn it. Oh, because they're still trying to do this stuff. Alright, so you can now go to the main front with Russia, and we'll just put you on defense. Actually, wait, let me look at him, because he might have... Yeah, no, he's just got defend. And that is just fine. Alright, nice. And that means this war is going to end really, really soon. How many casualties have we inflicted on Russia? Quite a few. They've inflicted quite a few on us, though, as well. We've killed equal numbers of each other, but we've wounded a lot more of them than they have of us. So I think once this war is once we've successfully taken over Lahej and forced this war on them, that'll be the end of it. I think Russia will basically bail out of the war immediately because they don't have anything else to gain here. And in fact, they've already stopped attacking, which is very good for us. Cool. And that makes Yemen part of our empire. And hopefully the rest should be smooth sailing from here. We've still got 7.1 infamy, and I think... But now we've got a truce with Russia. So, I think we'll be able to get in and do that stuff with a minimum of problems. And there's empiricism. Wonderful. That's actually really good for us. We're also about to unlock... Oh, we already have explosives. I completely forgot. Desperate allies. Oh boy. Strengthen the rural folk and get increased enactment chance. Sign me the heck up. That's right, we already did put an explosives method in the mines. We can increase lead output with explosives as well, though. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we can do this. We're just going to put explosives methods in all of our mines at this point. It's going to increase the price of explosives significantly, but we've got plenty of industry working on that. How are we doing with fertilizer? I still need to increase the chemical industry as a whole. Munitions plants are not maximally outputting. Interesting. We can add a bunch more inputs. Paper, sulfur, and fertilizer to essentially double explosives output. Let's go ahead and do it. That's going to make those places way, way more profitable. And now they're unprofitable again. Why are these places having such a hard time hiring? Well, alright, this one is increasing in productivity. Alright, so that should mean... Yes, this stuff is getting cheaper. And again, we're having a little bit of trouble with the steel mills. Okay. This is probably down to the cost of coal in our market. Yeah. So that's going to be something we're going to have to work on. The private sector is already working on it. All right, wonderful. Oh no, I'm working on it. What a big smarty. What a big smartman. Alright, with that having been said, I think it's time to flip over to iron frame, because we've got quite a bit of iron left over in our market. So let's go ahead and grab a few more of these construction sectors. And flip them over to iron frame. That's going to increase our construction output significantly. Let's see what the impact is to our finances. It's pretty okay. We've increased the price of iron by a little bit. Infrastructure here is rough, so we'll go ahead and add... Let's actually add a port. Do ports not provide infrastructure anymore? Add a cargo port. And there's logistics unlocked. That's also excellent. We've still got transportation shortages. I think what's going on here is this. Well, there's no buildings. What's going on with you? Get out of here. I don't need that. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to queue in railways in just all of our states. Because I think all of these states need to have at least a little bit of transportation in order to... So this is going to be a whole project. Alright, transportation is going to be a whole situation. 5.1 infamy, that's low enough for me, but let's look at our finances again. Oh, we want advanced tactics for our conscription centers. Okay, so interesting. So our conscription centers are still active. Oh. Oh, that's curious. This sticks around. They don't automatically reduce. That's wild. In a way, it makes sense. Desperate allies make overtures to the undecided. I've seen that event so many times now. That's one of the new events, and I think it's a little... Oh, we have some unupgraded cavalry here. Alright, so that's all of our conscription centers tilted downward. Very good. That said, it is time for a small military expansion, I think. So where... Yeah. Some extra artillery here. Get some extra artillery here. We'll get some extra artillery and infantry here. I don't feel like we're too short on cavalry right now. Cavalry is very cheap, though. I'm just going to tick all this up to the top so that we get it done pretty fast. We can probably finish this university first. Work on these. And let's flip over the rest of our... well, let's flip over one more construction centers. One's in Lower Egypt, the big ones. So that's going to get the price of iron higher. By a little bit. And that is eating into our profit, but we've still got a comfortable, a very comfortable profit situation with our finances, and I'm pretty pleased about that. I'm gonna grab the organized crime event in Hale. Organized criminal organizations have begun operating in Hale. It doesn't matter if we arrest one person or solve one crime; they'll keep going unless we go all the way to the top. Put some funds into stamping out the organization. That costs money. I'm sure the authorities can handle it. This costs us authority. So that's a good question. What's our lowest effectiveness consumption tax? 1.97 for 100 opium. Total authority is 1.3k, so that'll reduce. So a 10% reduction will reduce it by basically one consumption tax. So we'll let the authorities handle it, and then we'll cut our consumption tax on opium. And that will be a net loss for us, but a much smaller net loss than just paying for it directly. So, at this point, it's time to take over Kathiri. Once again, we'll just mobilize one army. Put them on the front there. I don't anticipate any power getting actively involved in this, so I think we'll be very good to go with all that stuff. The price of iron is steadily increasing. Hey, we're in consideration for appointed bureaucrats. I think I want to increase the priority of these iron mines because I really see getting our construction sector really rolling as a top priority for us. Because we've got a good buffer financially, we can certainly afford it, and I don't want to be in a situation where we're not building as fast as we could be building. In fact, I'm tempted to flip all the others over to iron frame and just take the hit on cash right now, but I don't want to do that right away. Because we're in a war and because I still prefer to have a pretty large reserve. I only have 1 million in the pot right now, and we're dangerously low on loyalists. All the boys want homesteading. I think I'm going to go there next. But the local governors are still so freaking powerful. Maybe we'll hold out on this. See, the thing is, I don't want to just boot these guys out, because I do genuinely think that homesteading is good for the country. Maybe we'll try to get a defensive pact with one of our European friends before we do that, and they'll help us with this whole situation. If it ends up popping off. I forgot that I had you on defense. I'll put you on advance. So you gonna advance? Okay, we advanced. Cool. Huh, that was weird. Hey, and we're in adoption. Wonderful. And Kathiri is fully occupied, so that should be the conclusion of that war. We are at 4.5 infamy, so we're continuing to go down. So I think next target is going to be Mahara, and after that, Oman. Qassimid State's a little bit of a situation. So the question now is, do we want to get Omani territory in other places? I think the answer is yes. I might go with the protectorate route for Oman and just move them down to 0. Move them down to annex them diplomatically through the whole annex thing. Alright, we're going to need to wait until that fully ticks over. How much longer on our truce with Egypt? Another 3 years. Okay, well that's fine. We are closing in on the end of the episode. I think we'll go to the end of the year, which will be about when the war ends. Yeah, I think we'll just go to the end of the war. Our military expansion is nearly complete, and that's going to round out our armies very nicely. And then we'll get to work on those iron mines. Yeah, I think now is the time to flip over to iron frame. So as you can see, that's impacted our finances pretty significantly. But part of this is just mobilization goods. That's not permanent. Hey, there's banking. So that's improved our finances by increasing minting. And there is the end of the war. Now we have a nice, better border over here. All right. That having been said, it is time to put a pin in it. I've had a good time. I hope you all have had a good time. And I will see you all on the other side.